pay attention. Okay. Yeah. So, one second, okay? We're on week 10, and it's called Created and Loved, okay? Now, before you start reading, so I'm gonna let you start, and ask you some questions. So what happens when you rush to make things?
When you rush to make things?
Like when you want to make something, or when you see mommy make something. No, turn it to that side. But just answer my question. What happens when you rush to make things?
So sometimes I do forget some ingredients.
Yeah.
And
Like
you can drop something and it can make a huge mess.
Yeah, because I'm rushing.
Like if you're
Or
holding
you're
a
rushing.
bowl if you're holding a bowl filled with soup and you're running to the table, it's just gonna spill all over your feet.
Yeah. So
Well, Maggie told me
sure.
to rush one time when we were making when we had soup. You said, "Okay, Raylan, can you whisk these to the table real quick?" I said, "Okay." And so the bowls got running to the table.
okay. So do good things happen when we rush?
No,
No.
bad things.
Okay.
Because
Sometimes.
then you get like, if you're running and you're just holding your iPad like this, it could drop.
Yeah. All right.
You
And
don't want that happening to your phones.
if we're making something, does it show that we care if we're rushing? Like if we have to make it last minute, or if we chose to wait until the last second, and now we have to rush to go through it, does it show that we care?
No, we don't care.
No, but sometimes it does. Sometimes you can care, right? Sometimes you're just rushing. Like I remember on Thanksgiving, I cared, right? I would just happen to be rushing because I was running out of time.
Like Daddy was making pizza, he was rushing because he loved it.
Yeah, and we wanted to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
And,
that didn't.
and then he dropped the pizza on the floor.
Oh Lord.
And it was all the way cooked. Well, it wasn't cooked, it just had sauce on it.
Yeah, but
And then it fell.
yeah, but he cared, right? Yeah.
But he was just rushing.
Okay. All right. So let's start reading Malachi's journal entry.
Alright,
My guys.
Go ahead.
my mom gets lots and lots of mail. Sometimes the mail comes in really big boxes. She loves mail because she usually gets books for our school. But I love it when she gets mail because sometimes I get to keep the box. When it isn't my brother or sister's turn.
Is it my brother or sister's turn?
When it isn't my brother or sister's turn. I have used some boxes to make a really cool fort. And I even got to sleep in it last night. Every time I find a new box,
Oh, you're right. Every time I find a new box.
I add it to my fort. Just like my brothers. I love making new things. When Mom says,
No way. Right here. No way. Just Mom.
Mom says that it is called
Creativity.
creativity. And it is part of who I am. Because God is really creative too. God created the whole world. He must love creating just as much as I do. I thought God stopped creating after He made the world. But He is always creating every day because He makes all the people who are born. Maybe He loves creating even more. Makes all people
Maybe He loves creating even more.
than I do because I might get tired with
like making new things?
Yes.
What are some things that you have made lately?
A boat.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't
car.
finish it yet.
I know, but you're gonna do it again. You want to do it with Daddy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Put your paper down so it's in your face. What about you, Moose? What are some things you have made lately? Anything. While you're thinking, go ahead, Ari, because Ari always joins into the.
No.
She always joins in our Bible stuff. Cake.
No.
Cake. Yeah.
Stop.
Back to Raylan. Paper down. Put your paper down at your face.
Have you made any videos lately?
No.
No.
What'd she
I
say?
made one last night.
I
You
didn't.
just
On
made
my
it.
iPad.
You just made a picture. Did you just draw that? Oh, that's called creating something. You just made
I'm gonna do it another. If
What?
I do something like when we were at Nan's house.
Yeah, it could be at any time. Yes, ma'am.
When I built my robot. When I built my cardboard box
Or
robot.
when I made stuffing.
Yep. You helped me to create something because you didn't totally make it, but you didn't finish it. You started it.
The same thing I ran because I helped a little.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Okay, who's reading? Raylan. Go ahead.
What are we reading?
Right here.
This page.
Second paragraph.
Same
Let me
page.
see.
This?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you know that God made you? He thought of your eyes and what color they should be, and what your personality
So
be
bullying. Personality.
like. Personality.
You're right. Good job.
Let's open up our Bibles to Psalm 139, verse 13 through 18, and check what God says about who you are.
Okay, so right now we don't have to get our Bibles. I'm going to read the scripture, okay?
That's a long story.
I'm gonna get my Bible.
You don't have to, it's right here.
What kind of Bible?
Okay. Thank you. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are all your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me. When as yet there was none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. If I would count them, there are more than the sand. I awake and I am still with you. Okay? So this week we're learning basically that God made us, right? We're his creation. Well, a part of his creation, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about it. Genesis.
Can I read this? Teacher.
Okay. Well, guys, chill. Okay, so this week we're learning, Mommy's talking right now. So this week we're learning that God made us and he created us, okay? In Genesis, go ahead, Raylan, you want to read that?
In Genesis 1, verse 27, when God made the very first people, he said that he made us in his own image. That's kind of how you might look like your dad or your mom.
Oh, that's cool, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, they're just saying, like, for example, like how you may look like your dad or your mom. How do you think we look like God?
Oh, because we are his children. And
His
his
children.
son, he's our Father in heaven.
He's our Father in
It's a
heaven.
song
He
that says,
protects
I'm a
us.
child of God. Yes, I am.
You, Daddy, and God protect us.
Yes. Okay, so how many grains of sand do you think there are in the world?
A million.
1,000,001,000 trillion.
Yeah, probably. More than we can even count.
Trillion.
Millions, billions.
7 millions, millions, 8
1
million,
trillion.
1,065.
Mhm.
I don't know why
That
I
number.
said that.
Like-
My thought.
Okay.
8 trillion.
Okay. This is how much God thinks about you. All right. Do you think He loves you very much?
Yes.
Yes.
I know He does.
He loves us.
Now, how do you feel knowing that you look like God? How does that make you feel?
Crazy.
Crazy? Why crazy?
I'm crazy.
Cause what?
I said because I'm crazy.
How does it make you feel that knowing that you look like God?
Good.
Why do you think it's important for us to know that we were made in God's image?
What?
So that we know that He'll always protect us.
Okay.
What is that?
Why do you think it's important for us to know that we're made in God's image?
It's important.
So let's think about it in this term, right? Do you think that God is ugly?
No.
Do you think that God is ugly, bud? No. Do we think that God is stupid?
No. He made us.
He made us.
Do we think that
He protects us.
God is worthless?
No.
Do we think that God is useless?
No.
Do we think that he is weak?
No, he's the most strongest person.
He's the most strongest person.
Most spirit. He's the strongest spirit.
Do we think that he can't do anything?
He can do
No.
everything.
He can do everything. So if we are made in God's image, what does that say about us? What do we just say? All those things about God we can say about ourselves. We said, what's one of the things that we just said that God was?
Ugly?
Did we say that God was ugly?
No.
I asked if you thought he was ugly, and you said
No.
no. So if God is not ugly, that means that he is beautiful. And if we are made in God's image and we look like God, that means that we are also what? Beautiful. Talk up.
Paper down, honey. Put your paper down.
We said, another thing that we said that God was what? Was not. We said that God was not stupid, right? So if God is not stupid, that means that he is
Smart.
smart. And if we are made in his image, that means that we are also
Smart.
smart. We said that God was not what?
He was not
We s-
useless.
Useless, right? And if he is not useless, that means that he is
Strong.
I mean,
Useful.
useful, right? He has use. People need him. And if God is useful and we are made in his image, that means that we are also
useful.
useful. What's another one that we said that God was not? We said that God was not what, everyone?
Weak.
Weak. So if God is not weak, that means that he is.
Strong.
And if we are made in God's image, that means that we are.
Strong.
Let me see your muscles real quick. Oh, Moosey Potts. What you been doing in the all season, girl? Sheesh.
Look at Ari's.
I don't know. This is kind of little baby muscles right there.
Skinny.
Sheesh, my guy. If we lay off the snacks and start doing more push-ups, those muscles will be even bigger. We got you, my boy Snackums. Let me see your muscles, Raleigh Dean. Woo wee, those muscles, right? So that's important. That's important for us to know because there are going to be people who are going to call you names. There are going to be corporations and businesses that are going to say that you are useless. We don't need you. You're not good enough. But if we know, Raylan, pay attention. If we know that we're made in God's image, if someone calls us ugly, we can say what?
God is not ugly, so we're not ugly.
Exactly. Or let's put a positive spin on it. God is beautiful, so therefore I am beautiful. All right? I look like God, so I am beautiful. Are we God, though? No, we're not God. Right? Just like Sean may look like me, but he is not me. He looks more like Aunt Shayna. We already know that. But Aunt Shayna looks like Daddy, just the girl version. Right? So that's why this scripture is important. Everything that God is, we are as well. Okay? All right.
So today, your copy work is, and your key truth is, I am created and loved. So say it.
I am created and loved.
I am created and loved.
I am created and loved.
Okay.
Now let's move off of this. What's the next?
So that's what you're gonna do.
What's next?
All right. Who wants to pray? Pray us out.
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Calm down.
Put the papers down, Raylan, please. It's last time I'm gonna say it.
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything. Help us when it's time and time of day. Lord, please bless this whole day. And thank you for the word you've given us. During our Bible time. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's eat.